So it's going to be another really exciting year for the gaming industry. We've got Battlefield 4 as shown on screen here, and we've got Arma 3 and Dayz Standalone all coming out this season. So it's that time where we start to think, is our computer powerful enough to run these games? Are we going to get these settings on ultra and get a decent FPS at the same time? Well, I'm going to give you a guide or a bit of a reference to what components you might want to consider if you're going to be building an ultra PC gaming machine. So let's get things started with the case. This is the Corsair 300R, and it's a very nice case, very slick looking, great build quality. And as you can see from the top, it's got two USB 3 ports, headphone jack, microphone jack, obviously your reset and power switch. It's got lots of room inside for expandability, and it's a great base to start with. So on the motherboard side of things, I'm going to suggest the GA-Z77X UD4H from Gigabyte. As you heard, it's a Z77 chipset, and it's got plenty of expandability if you want to go SLI or Crossfire. It's got a load of SATA ports on board, so if you want to add plenty of hard disks, you can do. And it supports up to 32 gig RAM. It's a great motherboard for any enthusiast. So on the processor side, I'm going to give you a choice of two here. We've got an i7-3770K, and this is great for gaming, and it's also great for video editing, and also of using applications such as Fraps or DxTory. It will make use of the additional virtual cores that it creates through hyperthreading. On the other side, I'm going to suggest the 3570K, which is an i5 processor. This is also great for gaming, and it's also fine for video editing. In fact, I use an i5 for video editing and don't have any problems at all. But what I am going to suggest, i7 for gaming and video editing, and i5 for just gaming, and save yourself a few quid as well. So moving on to the all-important graphics card now, I'm recommending the EVGA GTX 680 Signature 2. The 2GB model is probably more than enough. However, if you are using more than one screen, then maybe you want to consider going for the classified option, which is the 4GB model. So likewise with the processor, if you're just gaming, then go for 8GB of this Corsair Vengeance 1600MHz RAM. If you are going to be doing some video recording, then go for 16 gig RAM, because you will definitely benefit from that when you're using Adobe Premiere or Sony Vegas, whatever it might be. So finally, for your data storage, I'm going to recommend that you do go for a solid state drive. This is the Samsung 840 Pro. In particular, I would recommend you go for the 128 gig model. However, I don't know how much data you have on your machines. You may want to go for the 256 or the 512, but do be aware the prices do rapidly increase as the capacity volumes go up. And finally, to power all this kit, I'm going to suggest that you go for the Corsair CX750M. It's a modular power supply, which is 750 watt. A modular power supply basically means that you only need to connect the cables that you're using for the components in your machine. Regular conventional power supplies have the whole loom connected, which can leave your system very messy. This keeps your computer nice and tidy, because the cables you don't need to connect up. You can just leave them in the box. So there were a couple of things that I did leave out in the video. One was the optical drive or DVD drive. Not everyone requires one of those these days. And also I didn't include additional storage. Now you might have an external hard disk from your previous computer that you might want to use on the new build. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please hit me up with a like, because it really does help the channel out. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe for more gaming and hardware content.
You'll back me up, right?